I'm Shelley, and I lost my husband. I hope I don't cry. I lost my husband in March, and my best friend in July. And it's been a journey because I've been afraid to live and afraid to die. In one way, I had an experience. My mother died when I was 13, and I had this feeling that she died when she was 40. That I was going to die when I turned 40, and I didn't. And I thought that was an amazing thing. And I had talked to my therapist at the time, and she said this is a very normal thing. And so I'm sort of asking you to speak to this, but I'm going to speak to it from where I've come from. So in one way, I get up and life is so precious, you know, just everything, talking to people, just being me and just having conversations and being with people. And then on the other hand, I'm afraid I'm going to die, that I'm not living deep enough or pure enough or whatever, and that can't possibly be because I really have been. So when we're talking here, what I got to from this place is about vulnerability and just being here and being with all of you and being in this moment. I'm being very transparent, which is brilliant and beautiful, and I'm very proud of myself. But also, I know that there's strength in vulnerability and that they can live in the same place, and that is the blossoming, that's the living, that's the grace, the beauty, the vital part that's coming from this. And so every day there's something that I face that I'm vulnerable about, because I have a new life, yes, and a new way of walking in it, but I'm afraid to be different or new, or can I do that? Maybe I'll be found out. You know, I'm a nobody, I'm a nothing. And then some days I'm so grand, I'm fabulous. Anyway, this vulnerability and the strength is what I got from this book. So I read it in January. And when I was reading the book, I thought, oh my goodness, you know, thank you, God, for letting me look at this place of vulnerability, because that is where living is. Really, really, really. So if you could speak to me or talk about it, or anybody else have anything.
Oh yeah, there's a wonderful quote that says, in our perfect vulnerability lies our total safety. In our perfect vulnerability lies our total safety. And I think we were all taught the opposite. You know, the more vulnerable you are, the more in danger you are, the more, you know, I've really seen that it's exactly the opposite. You know, the more we resist, the more we guard against, the more we build up, the more we rehearse, the more. So it's wonderful to be afraid to die. It's wonderful to wonder whether you're living deeply enough. You know, it's wonderful to feel grand one day and like nothing. You know, those are really universal, and everyone understands, and everyone relates in this room, and everyone listening relates to this. So it is part of our condition. And so it's the not feeling those things that, or the turning off of, I will not look there. That lives in a dark room that I never go to. And, you know,
you can't shut off one thing without shutting off something else.
Right. Well, that's the part that people forget. You know, they just, because we can in the short term put things down and into cellars and lock doors, and, you know, it will rise up and it will talk louder and larger. And, you know, so open all the doors, you know, open all the doors. And let the light in, and let the dark in, and let the dark out, and, you know, just, and continue living in that precious life way, which includes feeling sometimes like nothing, or sometimes like, oh my God, I'm just going to die. What is the point? No, I mean, you know, it's really, it's beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, I think we live in a prepare to die mode when we lose somebody. Because you want your children to be taken care of. You've already lost your husband, and you kind of go into this, okay, I need to prepare if I should go. and make the best for them. Everything, every little outing, family gathering, and everything. I totally live like that now. It's like prepare to die. Not in a bad, morbid way, just enjoying life, giving them memories and taking them places. And just little stuff. Making French toast for the first time that I just realized last weekend. Oh my gosh, I made French toast. My son said, "Why do you have eggs?" I go, "Because that's how you make it." I go, "Oh my gosh, I've never made French toast for my kids." My husband was the cook. So that was so enlightening. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
Just little things.